I don't know. We were having a nice talk about weather, and then all hell broke loose. All hell breaks loose. Embedding errors. What the freak? Embedding is enabled. Who does these things? Hate it. I gotta close the door. Be right back. We're gonna take a shot of whiskey. Taking a shot. I swear to God. I swear to God. I swear to God. Little things, man. Little things add up. They say don't sweat the small stuff, but I sweat everything. It's part of my problem. It's part of my great downfall. Part of my grand demise. I'm like way off. Can I get some room here? Can I live? Can we see some of my shoulder a little bit? Aren't these supposed to move as two? Yikes, Rick. Yikes. There it is. Give me some shoulder. Give me some range of motion here. ROM. Some ROM. ROM it up, dog. Might as well be Ramadan. That was borderline controversial. What's going on, y'all? Rick Rosen back in the saddle, technologically functional, not on the Boom Fantasy channel. It's a bamboozle. Boom app exclusively talking to you about playoff picks, previews, and where we feel like these games are going to go Saturday and Sunday. It's your boy Rick Rosen, Boom Fantasy app. We got single game contests for every game this weekend, and $1 can go to over $500 right now. Mighty Dollar Jackpot is at that spot where it gets juicy, and I think about violating my contract. I got bills too. I did a show last night for goingfor2.com. Make sure you check them out. We did some Dynasty football talk. I made some jokes. I let my star shine bright. Had a great time cracking with Jeff Lambert and Jason Katz of Fantasy Pros. Really smart guy. I mean, both of them really smart guys. And we got to chop up some off-season stuff. Dynasty football is fun if you never tried it because unlike daily where you are not so tied to your roster and you can wash off your decisions and go get them next week, the Dynasty Fantasy Football can be hair pulling, but it never ends. It literally never ends. So it's about, sticking with your roster over a long period of time and really crafting a dynasty. So you got to know more about rookies. You got to think about win now, sell high, buy low, and that's fun. There's always hot takey stuff to talk about. So had a great time. Go check that out, goingfor2.com. And now here we are, Boom Fantasy, Boom DFS, the best weekend in football. And we got to deal with some GD weathermen. It's honestly ridiculous that I have to deal with the elements in my playoff football. Let's take a shot. I got this Maker's Mark left over from my birthday. I don't remember when I bought this, but it's been sitting behind me. Phone's ringing on all platforms. I've been sitting on this for a long time because I think it was my birthday, but I was doing something for Boom, and I just thought I don't remember what it was. I'm pretty sure it was my birthday. It was a stream day. We were streaming and drinking for sure. I did bet someone on Twitter that we would take shots for Devin Funchess touchdowns versus Jamison Crowder touchdowns in a weird preseason bet. And I think he has to take 2 shots and I have to take 4. But either way, we'll do a toast to a great weekend of football. Let's get lit. I got some coffee, hug it down with. It's 5 o'clock. I'm not going anywhere. I'm coming right back here, fourth quarter jackpot stream. So don't worry about me. It's only going to affect how I bet, and that's kind of what I want. But let's take this, let's go through some games, and let's make some educated decisions about how we feel these games are going to fall. Hit me up here on Twitter, in the chat, in the water cooler. Send me a message. Boom DFS allows you to message other users. People don't really know. Twitter at the Rick Rosen, Instagram at the Rick Rosen, at Boom DFS, running all the socials. Get at me. Cheers to football. That's amazing. Chiefs Colts. Snowstorm. Hate it. However, the edge is going to go to the more physical team. And there's no doubt the more physical team is the Indianapolis Colts. And they have a healthy offensive line. And I just don't see how the Colts don't push around the Chiefs. Like, I get the weather and the impact, but the Chiefs' run defense has been legitimately bad. And the Colts' run offense is legitimately good. Their line is legitimately good. You don't hear a lot about an offensive line leading a team, but that's the best group. It's Andrew Luck and that line making it happen. Shit, I gotta post something. I gotta post the Mighty Dollar Minute into the chat, into the water cooler for Cowboys Rams, which is the next game we'll get to. But if I have one thing I want to take, probably going to be Marlon Mack rushing yards as far as prop. Now, as far as picks are concerned, I do have Colts plus 15 because I linked it with Clemson earlier in the week. Loving that. But with the spread down to basically 4.5 at most books, it's going to be a lot tougher for me to take the Colts with such a small margin, essentially to win by one score. I'm not sure that I can take that. Bobby Portis, Tony Parker, Ish Smith. A lot of late scratches. I can't believe the NBA trade deadline is coming up technically. Eric Berry and Spencer Ware are out for the Chiefs. That's bad for them, right? All right, let's get back in this. Let's pull up our props and our lines and see where we're at here. And let's get at it. Let's get at it. What up, FanDuel Sportsbook? This is where we've been going for our lines throughout the season. Nobody cares, man. That's not even a real football player. Jeez, I'm crow. All right. How's it look? Whoa, it doesn't look good. NFL. Come on. Come on. How's this look? I'm too far behind on my phone. Okay. Colts, it's at 5, so it's down to from 5.5 to 5. I do think there's a lot of action on the Colts this week. This is too much. You went too many. A total of 54, a little high, but with the snow, you really never know. Remember, it's not weather that impacts totals. Don't see snowfall and just go bang on that under. It's wind, and we will see a little bit of wind in this matchup, but I don't think it'll be enough to really swing the numbers. Damian Williams 50 rush yards, Kansas City Chiefs to win plus 180 is really interesting. Spencer Ware is inactive and it will be a snow game, and if you think the Chiefs are going to get out in front, they're going to pound Damian and Darrell Williams until they get the 50 yards is not hard over the course of an NFL game. So that's not a terrible bet. NBC Sports PR. Tony Dungy, everybody's going to say, oh, the snow, you can't throw. Totally not true. I think the quarterbacks will have an advantage. The pass rushers don't have the traction to rush. I think you're going to see big numbers by both of these quarterbacks. Tony, know-it-all, Dungy. 2+ touchdowns, Marlon Mack is one of my faves. 600. His rushing yards is at 81, 82. That's doable. Andrew Luck rushing yards, 17. Also fun. Kelsey is someone I think can have a big game because the Colts are really bad at covering the tight end. But 88 feels like a lot. Ebron feels like a lot. Actually, Ebron doesn't feel like that much. 46. It's all about him staying healthy. You don't want him to take a big hit. And then that's it for his day too early. But that could happen to anybody. Alternate spreads here. We got the full list of alternate spreads. We could take the Colts -2 for +195. Chiefs -4 for -135. That's cool. Chiefs -3 for -190. That's pretty good for parlays, right? I want more game props. Longest successful field goal. That could be interesting in the snow. You got Vinatieri, you know. First turnover will be a fumble or an interception. These are not any of the things I want. I want sacks. I want receiving yard. I want first to score. First touchdown scorer. Thank God. This is really hard to navigate for some reason. First touchdown scorer. Dontrell Inman. Not bad. Shred. I took Hilton over 87. I mean, if the Colts are going to throw the ball a lot, you know it's got to be T.Y. Hilton. And it's not like the Chiefs have a lockdown corner. They give up big games to wideouts all the time. I love that. I mean, Hilton had that in the first half last week, and then they took the air out of the ball in the second half. First tote, Damian +5. First tote, Mahomes rushing. What about Sammy Watkins, 2,200? Sammy Watkins getting on the board. Anytime tote for Sammy Watkins is +440. Anytime tote for Ebron, maybe? +125. Not good enough. Not good enough. Chiefs team total has been something we banged on a lot early, pretty much throughout the regular season. 30.5 feels like a lot, but it's not when it comes to the Chiefs. And then you see the Colts 24.5, so that's a 6-point game as far as the odds makers are concerned. And that's fair. Kansas City Chiefs by 1-13 for +140. That's got some feel good going to it. I do think the Colts can keep it close. The way Andrew Luck's passing volume has been throughout the season, they're not afraid of throwing it 60 times. If the Colts are backed up against the wall, they have plenty of plays and plenty of ways to get back down the field and back into the game. And then the Chiefs are the Chiefs, so nobody's going to be out of this game. So taking a spread inside of 2 touchdowns feels very good on either side. Just being close feels like a very probable result because these teams are not special on defense and overwhelmingly effective in the vertical passing game, the way to get back into games, but with the ability to run the ball. They're dynamic offenses. This is going to be a really special game. Spread, Chiefs -7. Wow. Chiefs -4 and over 48, though, +150. That's pretty cute. I'm exploring. I wish I had something for sacks, something for defense here. Nothing. Nyheim Hines receiving yards. If you think the Chiefs are going to blow the Colts' doors off, that's not a bad bet. There's rushing plus receiving Nyheim Hines, so that's good. What's Luck completions? It is not here on FanDuel. Let's check the illegals. I actually saw a nice stat about, every time I hit tab, it brings it back. I saw a nice stat about Mahomes completions, how Mahomes is completing about 23 balls a game, and his prop is up to around 25. Andrew Luck longest completion, Andrew Luck total completions is at 26. That's not bad. Mahomes completions is 25.5. See, that's an under I think is worth taking. Mahomes under 25.5 completions. If you look at his game log, that I believe that would represent a top 3 completion outing for him. No, it would be 6. Let's go back to the beginning of the year. He hit it against Baltimore, a game they were trailing. He hit it against the Rams, total outlier of a football game. He hit it against the Bengals, Sunday Night Massacre, and he hit it against the Broncos, a game they were trailing. So if they're out in front, that's not a bad bet. Mahomes under 25.5 completions. I believe that to be higher than what his normal number is. Let's look at Luck real quick. I type pro ref into the pro ref search bar. Probably not going to work. When did Luck hit 26? We're doing it right now. Week 1, week 4, week 5, week 12, week 13, week 14, week 16. When they were dominating the Giants. Oh, no, they weren't dominating the Giants. They came back against the Giants. They were dominating the Texans. They got that one. An 0-6 game against the Jaguars when they got shut out. Luck had 33 completions. So if teams want to take away the run, Luck was a passing attempts fiend to start this season. So Luck's hit 26 a bunch of times this year. Week 1 when they were losing. Week 4 when they were losing, another wild game. Week 5 when everyone was hurt on the road. So that's 2 home games and a road game. Couple slow games. That's when the line was really good. This was Luck not getting sacked every week. And then the Miami game, they were losing that game. They came back to win. He popped that one. So I think that we can understand when Andrew Luck is up against a top-tier defense, or not top-tier defense, when Andrew Luck has to come back into a game, the Colts are much more hesitant to run the ball and will use Andrew Luck in a short passing game because his yards per attempt doesn't really deviate on this. You can see the 0-6 game, his yards per attempt were in the dumps. The 38 game against New England, his yards per attempt was 5 and he hit it, 7 and he hit it, 8 and he hit it, 8 and he hit it, 9 and he hit it, but only by 1. So all the games were when the teams forced him to throw it short. I don't know if that's going to happen here. I don't know if the Chiefs are going to be able to force the short passes, but that also correlates to Nyheim Hines. But completions is interesting for a snow game. I think those are interesting props for sure. My leg's itchy. Sorry about that. But we come back to our black market props. T.Y. Hilton is 87.5 over here. Okay, that's normal. Travis Kelce, 6.5 catches. That's a ton. Tyreek, longest catch, 36.5 yards. Always feels like a layup. Always feels like a layup. Can I see when Tyreek Hill got his longest catch on? Receiving, touchdown, yards per target. I don't have his longest catch each week. Sucks. What if I went right to game log? We'll have an expanded game log here. Nope. Yards per target, yards per target, yards per target, yards per reception. He is insane, man. But he's had most of his big pop games at home. 101 at home, 139 at home. Rams outlier. 117 at home. Pats outlier. And Chiefs smoked first game of the season. So not a ton of 100-yard games from Tyreek Hill when you think about it. Just a bunch of just slate-breaking afternoons. I respect that. But as far as where we're actually looking in this matchup. Oh. That's happening on my account. Ohio State. Sorry. All right. We got moves to make. That's for sure. But let's keep a note of things that we like now that we're here. I still don't hate Mac yards. But it directly correlates to how you feel about this game. Mac yards, I like Luck completions over, and I like Mahomes completions under. But I'm probably not going to take them both. Probably going to flip a very sexy coin. I don't understand some of these things. All right. Okay, that's important. That was whatever I just did. I promise you it was very important. Chiefs and a smaller over. I don't hate that. Chiefs small over small. That parlay, that tease, not a tease, but an adjusted parlay as far as FanDuel is concerned. They call it a spread total points alternate parlay. That's a mouthful, but I don't hate that either. The spread being 5 and the total being 54, I'm on the fence with either of them. I don't have any leans either way. Again, I have the Colts plus a ton of points, so I'm thinking about just taking Kansas City and having a day, maybe throwing in a parlay with Colts money line and something else, but I have enough money on Colts plus a bunch of points that I got no problem looking for the middle today. Colts plus 15 just feels good, man. Colts plus 15 just feels good. And as far as boom stats are concerned, playing your boom jackpots today, let's go through some props real quick. Mahomes passing total is 314.5 and Luck is 310. So lean Mahomes, but could go either way. Marlon Mack's rushing yards is 74.5 and rising, and Damian Williams rushing yards is 47.5 and rising. So you really don't know. Mack has a huge edge in that question, but those numbers are both going up because of the conditions, which we will do an update on at 3:30, conditions update. And we're going to run this stream till 4 o'clock. We're going to talk about today's games. Hilton is 87. T.Y. Hilton is around that range. I still think Kelsey's a better bet just for the way the Colts cover the tight end. Leaves a lot of openings for Kelsey. They don't have a safety to hang with them. You can't put Darius Leonard in coverage. That's just so irresponsible. He needs to be tackling. And he's the key. Kelsey middle, Tyreek sidelines. That's the ideal way to attack the Colts defense today. But I think as far as the results are concerned, like I said before, this is going to be a one-score game. So as long as you open it up to giving yourself some range with one score this way or that way, I think you're in great shape moving forwards. Luck and Mahomes shaking on it at midfield. I love that. Have Hilton yards parlayed with Ohio State plus 1.5 first half, which just hit. Thanks for Ohio State making you your money back, because they love Degen Leezies. Oh, I got to show you guys something. Speaking of Degen Leezies. Okay, let's look at this. You'll like this, guys. I was going to send this to you earlier. Sportsbook.draftkings.com/SNBC/leaderboard. Oh. Sportsbook.draftkings. Look at this. Okay, so this is the current standings of the Sports Betting National Championship. Some guys got 44K in score. That's his wagers plus his pending wagers, and he's just sitting on a 14K lead. He made a couple of double ups. He made 3 bets. I guess he's just rolling his balance, and he's up big on the rest of the competition with a $14,000 lead. Then you got this guy. You can click on everybody's name and see what they're betting on and how much they're betting on. It's awesome. If you're like really into this, I think this is so cool to just like track what everybody's like. This guy is second in the Sports Betting National Championship. So what's he got? He's got $1,000 parlay, Pistons -5 and Grizzlies -3. And then he's got $1,000 soccer parlay. So this guy's doing a bunch of 2-team parlays, hoping to get back in it. It's cool because everyone's going about it different. That guy's got a bunch of 2-team parlays. This guy's just laying $5,000 on Charleston -10. Moneyline Mikey, he's got Mahomes first touchdown for $400, and he's got the Grizzlies for $1. And that guy's in the top 10. I'm a Whale has $1,000 on over 4.5 assists for Justice Winslow tonight. And over 5.5 rebounds and over 12.5 points. Look at I'm a Whale attaching his whole sports betting national championship title to Justice Winslow's performance against the Grizzlies tonight. Eric Spoelstra's finicky with the rotations. Winslow might get a minutes reduction. But I think this website is so fun. I'm going to be refreshing this throughout the weekend and tracking what... This guy's got 109 bets placed. He's just got a bunch of smaller $400 bets. He's got SIU Edwardsville in the first half over Jacksonville State. Like, these are real ass gamblers. This guy's actually leading the field with 109 bets placed, but he's only 3,000 above where he started with 6,000 in pending wagers. I think this is so interesting. About 10 people have busted so far, from what I understand. And these guys have yet to place a bet. Papa Gates, yet to place a bet. Waiting for football. Big Daddy Kang. Kelly Bundy swag. Travis Kelce first touchdown. He's got $25 on a bunch of first touchdown scorers here. Why? Over 48 in the second game for 400. Cowboys team total. I don't hate it. I just love this guy's going with a bunch of smaller bets. And then you got a guy, a Philly Godfather, $5,000 on Charleston -10. Chess is okay. This is a DFS pro. He's got money all over the place on college basketball. Hasn't touched the NFL games yet. I don't know why I think this is so interesting. I just do, okay? I just do. How long do they have? It's a full weekend competition. It's to the end of tomorrow. Tomorrow, you must put $2,000 on an NFL game. Tomorrow, you must bet $2,000 on an NFL game. That's part of the rules. But you said DeGen Leesy's, and it just got me thinking, because like a bunch of these guys are just going with 3-pick parlay, 2-pick parlays. This guy's got $1,000 on a Clippers South Alabama parlay. Like, I kind of just want to pick one of these guys and tail him, right? It seems like there's a lot of people betting on Charleston -10. Maybe that's just me clicking on the same guy over and over again. Feels like a big play. This guy's got $1,000 on the Islanders to win, to beat the Rangers straight up. Tenacious D. Jones, no bets. I love this. This guy's got $9,000 and he's got his whole balance pending. And he's got $5,000 on. I keep definitely clicking on him. There's no way that this many people have Charleston -10. This guy's got Nyheim Hines first tote parlayed with Zeke over 38 receiving yards for $5 to win $280. What kind of strategy is this? Todd Gurley first tote with Marlon Mack first tote, 100 to win $4,000. I love that. That's insane. Chargers -2.5 parlayed with Nyheim Hines first tote. Marlon Mack first tote parlayed with Zeke over receiving yards. I do think Zeke over receiving yards is a pretty solid bet. Over 0.5 Mahomes interceptions with Zeke receiving yards and Josh Richardson over 15.5. Again, with this Heat Grizzlies props. What is that? I love this so much. Wow. So this is the SNBC leaderboard. Take a quick look at that. Enjoy it. Yeah, so many $5 bets to win a ton of money, to get a couple $100 and then to spin that $100 and then to make plays. That's a strategy. And then you got, chess is okay. Vegas tout. This guy's betting $300 on the Clippers. This guy's betting it's just this. It's varying degrees of strategy, and I'm a big fan. I think it's so interesting. I hope this becomes a real thing, sports betting championships. Row 1024, this is a DFS guy, and he's got $2,000 on a Pistons Nuggets parlay. That's so many points. $100 to win $10,000, 7 picks. Pelicans, Pistons, Grizzlies, Bulls, Hornets, Nuggets, Thunder. 100 to win $10,000. Yeah, exactly. Ship 5K. Well, that's so funny because there was a tweet. There was some dude on Rotor Grinders that I follow. He was like, "Can I take bets on who would be the first person to lose? I want it to be this person." And the person responded with like, "Cash your tickets." He bet all $5,000 on Iona -1.5 against Niagara, and they lost by 10. And that's it. He's like an hour into the weekend, and he's completely tapped. I freaking love it. I would bet. So if it were me, I would bet 4,900 on the first game. And then if I lose, just try to battle back with my $100. Just like small, just, big blind in it. Just all ins, and try to scrape my way back. Become a real human drama story. Maybe 4,500 on the first bet. Keep myself a little 500 slice for a big parlay. But either way, it is hilarious. And I love that each player has their own individual strategy for how to approach this literally unprecedented event. Something like this has never happened before. So everyone's strategy is unique heading into the meat of the first day. What up, Chamook? How you doing? We're talking about the sports betting national championship. It's interesting. This guy's got under 19.5 for Zach LaVine, $500. Over 20. Wow, he's putting a lot of money on Donovan Mitchell. I don't know if I trust that. Under 10.5 boards for Whiteside. You better hope he gets into foul trouble. Dude, this guy's whole ticket is props for Bulls, Jazz, and Grizzlies Heat. Why are people so big on Grizzlies Heat today? I don't understand. I hope it's a bunch of like groupthink with these guys just hanging out, because that would be hilarious. So this guy, Yaz, Shred Time, this guy, Penn State fans, when I logged on this morning, he was in third place. So that's $250K if everything holds. And he had two bets. He had $1,000 on Notre Dame -6 against Boston College. And he had $1,000 on Boston College +6.5 against Notre Dame. I guess he didn't like it. I guess he bought himself out of it. But either way, I was like, what? Bold strategy, Cotton. Here we go again. Bold AF. I had no idea. I thought that was bizarre. And then there's people live tweeting about the event, reporting on what guys are betting on. And wow, that was just insane. I have to plug my laptop in. I will be back in, let me go get the charger. I'll be right back. Yeah, amazing. They're all timed too. All the tickets have timestamps. So we literally like woke up at like 10 in the morning, decided he liked Notre Dame -6. And then within the hour, read something about 6.5 and bought out of it. Or he saw money move the other way. There was an injury, late scratch. Props on him, but I just think that was just hilarious. Like this is a high stakes event, and a guy inside the top 5 actually bet on both teams in the same game. I hope he wins and we can talk about how it was just a buyout. I'm gonna go get my laptop charger. 2 seconds. I'll be right back. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Back to 1999. Go back to my old neighborhood. Back to 1999. Take a ride through my old neighborhood. I wanna go back, wanna go back. At least you didn't leave us with dead air. Yeah, no, seriously. I ran. It's not a big house. So Chamook, you're late. We talked about how the Colts are a good team. The snow is a definite factor. Oh, we got to do a weather update. The snow is a definite factor, man. But it shouldn't impact the quarterbacks too much. And if anything, it could impact the pass rush. I think the Colts offensive line should be able to push. Notre Dame only won by 3. Oh, wow. So good thing he made the right call. That's insane. Great second wager. Yeah, that's unbelievable. He successfully bought himself out. That is amazing. You think maybe he like did it on the wrong account and was like, "Oh shit." It only hamstrings you for like time. He doesn't lose any balance, you know what I mean? Like he gets literally all of it back, pretty much. And if anything, just loses like a couple of hours to bet because there's so much college basketball today that if you're a sharp college bettor, you don't even need NFL today to build your bankroll. Like, you need very little. There's just an insane amount of college hoops, but that's why the rules are in place the way they are. On Sunday, you have to bet $2,000 on a NFL playoff football game. So it's kind of like an equalizer for sharp NFL players, but I think that what some people are doing with props and prop parlays, it's just so interesting. And I think that, first of all, there were some people that were letting people buy stake. I feel like I should have bought 1% in one of these guys because I love this event. I wish I had gone. I'm going to be in it next year. I'm 100% going to be playing in this event next year. And I'm just fascinated by the whole thing. I think it's so interesting. So can we see what the leader hit with? Gucho. I got to find out the guy who was tweeting about it because he definitely... I'm trying to find the guy who was tweeting about it. S Betting National Championship. Day one, entered this morning. Sent a good mojo my way. Day one in the books, John Storrs, couple parlay paydays, $5,000 into more than 30K. Guessing we see the leaders after day one somewhere between 15 and 20K, so I've got a long way to go. Currently sitting 32nd. That's Katie Stone. She's a poker player. Daily Pods. Talk about that's Donnie Peters. Is this the guy? Yeah, this is the guy who was tracking with a live thread. Sharpside app is updating regularly. Is doing a live blog. Sharpside.com. Day two, another round of prop bets has come in. 5 prop bets. I want to go back. Day two, 2:30. Okay, I go back. Oh, the venue looks beautiful. A new leader at the top. Gucho fired all in for a third time and is now atop the leaderboard with a bankroll of 44K. He's only placed 3 bets and won them all. The latest score came from a wager. Chelsea and Newcastle, both teams to score, which I thought about and looked at. Chelsea scored in the 9th minute, and then Newcastle scored at the 40th. So by halftime, he had cashed his all-in bet. That's awesome. So he's just gone all in on 3 bets and has won them all, which is straight fire. I'm going to Command F his name and see what else he did. Contestant by the name of Gucho, 10th. All of it on a bet for both Leicester City and Southampton to score. So that's 2 both teams to score bets that he hit. What was the first one? Oh, he was 10th after day one. Awesemo, one of the best DFS players in the world. He put his whole $5,000 bankroll on the Hawks 76ers under 232. And it was 244. Not even close. Not sure why he did that. Interesting. My mind is exploding with strategies for draft. This is a Phil Hellmuth tweet. Start with $5,000, first milli, 25 spots paid. Bet it all immediately, then bet it all again. Bet parlays, bet underdogs, save cash for Sunday. That's unbelievable. I love that poker players are getting in on what the strategy. Must have been a system play. For Awesemo, I mean, Awesemo's definitely got a spreadsheet going. That's literally one of the top daily fantasy players, if not the top daily fantasy players on the planet, known pretty well for his contrarian plays. Top 10 after day 1, day 2, day 3. Phil weighs in. Awesome. Yeah, that was really cool. Wow, this is the event space for the Betting National Championship. This is cool. They rented out a place in Jersey City. It's not like Atlanta was the play. This is cool, man. They got a lot of nice things set up. Oh, yeah, we like that. They hooked the people up. Listen, it's Jersey City, so it's not like they had to make this original space. So that's cool. I'm into this concept. And they got a nice little view of the city outside. That's cute. That's cute. I like that. I like that. Jersey City's not the worst place to have an event, okay? It just sounds not good. Leaderboard is up. Starting to fill up in here. Pretty electric with all the money on the line. This is cool. Ole Miss beats Yo, look at this. Ole Miss beats Mississippi State by 4. One entrant had Mississippi State minus 5.5 and tied into 8 different parlays. Phil Hellmuth is in the betting pool, entered as Poker Brat, has not made a wager yet as of an hour ago. 68th place with his money untouched. This guy's in second place and has Islanders Devils parlay to win another $5,000. Colts Chiefs. Colts plus 5.5, Chiefs 5.5, gun to skull. Gun to skull, Chiefs 5.5. Chiefs splits so much better at home, both offensively, defensively, a much more dynamic offense. Simply put, the Colts have not played neither an offense or a defense this good all season. So when it comes right down to it, the Chiefs at home with the more dynamic quarterback and the more abundance of weapons are by far a better bet to win this game. I just want to go through the Colts schedule to show you the type of teams that they faced defensively. The Colts play a classic Tampa 2 defense, so everyone knows how to beat it. It's not special. They just execute really well and are disciplined. Here we go. Week 1, Bengals. Think about this. Did your defense play anybody outstanding and get challenged? At the Bengals, gave up 23 at the Bengals, gave up 34 points. Redskins gave up 9 points. Eagles gave up 20 points. Texans gave up 37 points. Patriots gave up 38 points. Jets gave up 42 points. Bills gave up 5 points. Raiders gave up 28 points. Jags gave up 26 points. Titans 10. Dolphins gave up 24 points. Jags 6. Texans 21. Shut out the Cowboys. Giants 27 points. Titans 17 points. And Texans 7 points. So the best offensive team that the Colts defense saw this year was the Patriots, who are in the bottom half of the top 10 offenses this year. And in the meantime, they were smoked by a bunch of average offenses, okay? So when it comes down to it, this is unlike anything the Chiefs have ever seen. And if you have gun to head on me, 5.5, one score, I would rather have the team out in front, and I think that'll be the Kansas City Chiefs. But that's gun to head. That's gun to head. That's who I am. I want to see something real quick. Look at this guy. Look at Quentin Nelson. Are you kidding me? This is one of the most ridiculous looking human beings I've ever seen. Are you fucking kidding me with this guy? He's so wide. Oh, Quant Edge. We got a Quant Edge tweet. I love the Quant Edge. The Colts run more zone than any other team in the NFL. Chiefs wide receiver Sammy Watkins has been dominant versus zone coverage in his career. If he is able to go, he is a great GPP target. Yeah, whatever. Let's watch Quentin Nelson's shoulders again. Dude, the size of his arms are in... Dude. This guy is a massive human being. Are you kidding me? Look at the size of this guy. And he's with a person who's wearing like sweatpants and layers, and he's just out here letting the flakes fall on his bare arms. Like, he's literally a bear. That's one of the craziest looking specimens of human I've ever seen. Quentin Nelson does not respect your weather and will block this occluded front right out of the picture. Oh, man. That's unbelievable. I need weather. I need Roth. I need weather. Finally starting to see the snow lessen a bit in KC. Again, I still expect in-game snow, just not to the level that we've been seeing so far today. So bad. There's Arrowhead Stadium right in the middle of it. So it's leaving. This is it goes up to 3:30 Eastern. Man, it's really tough, man. It's really tough. I do think it'll be okay, though. I do think it's time we start locking some stuff in. This is how it's going to work today. We're going to talk for a couple more minutes. We're going to talk about Cowboys-Rams a little bit, and then I'm going to get out of here, lock down, have a drink, get something nice, maybe pop a pizza in the oven, and get set for Colts-Chiefs in the snow. Then I'm going to come back, fourth quarter, jackpot sweat, go over the leaderboard, see who's up, maybe make a call. $1 into over 500 Mighty Dollar today. It's lit. Then the second game's going to start. Make sure to check the Mighty Dollar Minute in the water cooler. I like Zeke. I like Goff. And I have a surprise at receiver. And we might do a remote jackpot sweat for that game too. So keep an eye on the leaderboards. Check your props. Check the Mighty Dollar Minutes. Text me if you have any questions about today's picks. I see you, Riley. I see you, Riley. Bolt up, baby. Chargers play tomorrow. Another West to East Coast 1 o'clock for the Chargers. That is so rude. And did you hear about how the Chargers might get the AFC Championship? If the Chargers and Colts win, the Chargers are the home team for the AFC Championship, and they're thinking about having the game moved. Insanity. They really aren't a home team. They only have road games. It's so ridiculous. I'm out here, baby. Every single game has its own slate at Boom. Jackpots are rising. And I want to see something today. I want to call a winner today, okay? So be that winner. Make picks. Max enter that Mighty Dollar. $5 to win 500 is better than any prop you're going to play today. Believe that. And I'll be here for the 4 o'clock jackpot. The game's at 4, so it's like a 7 o'clock jackpot sweat. And then we'll tuck in for some Sunday night goodness. All right, babies? Good luck today. Let's talk about Cowboys-Rams for 5 minutes. So the Cowboys have one of the worst centers in the NFL. Center and left guard are their biggest problems. That is legitimately where two of the best defensive linemen in the league line up for the Rams. So interior success is going to be limited for the Cowboys, I believe. That's why I think Zeke could have such a nice game in the receiving game, because that's how I think they're going to get their chunk plays. Amari Cooper's got insane home road splits. These are the bad kind. Jared Goff has home road splits. These are the good kind, right? Cowboys have oversized corners, but it doesn't really matter against Bobby Woods, who's big, and Brandon Cooks, who's fast. The slot man could be a liability. He gets picked on a lot, so expect Robert Woods to have another solid game. I like his prop. Zeke's yardage prop is 15 yards higher than Gurley. I don't think Gurley's going to have a huge game. I think the Cowboys should sell out for Gurley, to be honest, and then rely on their pass rush to make Jared Goff inaccurate and turn that into turnovers. I don't have a winner picked. I think the under is a quality play, but I can't find myself to lock it in yet because I think that it's a very hard sell taking a Rams under. But I do like one of the sports betting national championship guys had Cowboys team total over 20.5. I do not hate that at all in terms of props. Dak's been running more. Dak rushing tote, very much on the board. When they get in the red zone, he loves to tuck. Cole Beasley's hurt. That's a problem, right? Blake Jarwin's hurt. They're gonna be down a couple of pieces. So expect to see Zeke screens and Dak scrambles, especially if they have to chase their way back into this game. Ideally, I would like to see the Rams score first and step on the Cowboys' necks, and then maybe the Cowboys cover that big number late. If it's up to 7.5, you might see a late cover in that one, but I'm not fully sold on any particular side in that matchup as of now. Again, with these close games and good teams, maybe you tease either way. You get some extra points in your favor if you feel good. But personally, I think the Rams are the most flawed team in the playoffs, and I've been telling people that I'm going to be betting against the Rams in the playoffs. I told people that. So I'm not exactly sold on the Rams. I want to get their injury report up before I call it off. Todd Gurley, Rams injury report from 2 days ago. Wow, there's no lineman on it. I thought there'd be more linemen on it. Meanwhile, the Cowboys injury report is huge. Limited, out. Really bad. Interesting. But Todd Gurley looks healthy, and that could make the difference. He had a really good game against the Cowboys a year ago. Granted, it was a year ago, but that is still the exact same Rams line and team. Slight adjustments to the Cowboys defense. They got Vander Esch and a healthy Jalen Smith. But other than that, the Cowboys defense is exactly the same. So Gurley could do it, but it has to be behind that line. And not seeing any Rams linemen on the injury report gives me a little bit more faith in the Rams coming out and winning this game. Something that a lot of quarterbacks have struggled with is their line deficiencies and getting good pass protection in the postseason, because rushing 4 is the way to win championships. Okay, talking in circles. Hope you had a good time. Tech difficulties aside, what'd we get? 30, 40 minutes here? What'd we do here? Oh, 55 minutes. Boys, come on. Guys, spoiled rotten ye be. All right. I love you. Always have. Always will. I'll see you for the fourth quarter jackpot sweat. It's Rick Rosen. It's Boom DFS. Ya boys. Follow Twitter, Instagram, all that goodness. And I hope I can call you later for a jackpot win. Enjoy the games and do